All right, welcome back, BPD family. It is me, Big Papa D. After a long day's work, I'm here to bring you the video reactions. Starting out today, we're going to be doing a new artist on the show. It's going to be Dax. With that being said, if you would please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you can be notified of new videos coming out. Hit that like button and please comment below. All right. Been a long day. I couldn't wait to get home to do some more videos. I know a couple of people were released today, so I'm going to try to get to what I can and also finish up the NF videos later on. Without any further ado, this is Dax, To Be a Man.
I can't hide myself. I don't expect you to understand. I just hope I can explain what it's like to be a man. It's a lonely road, and they don't care about what you know. It's not about how you feel, but what you provide inside that home. Yeah.
I raised two boys mostly on my own from the time they were little. I've always been open with my emotions, but I know a lot of people that are this way and were raised this way, that men aren't supposed to show emotion, aren't supposed to cry. I taught my kids that crying is okay, but it's no different than any other emotion. Like anger. I mean, anger is okay at times, but if you take it too far, then it's a negative. The same thing with crying. Same thing with laughing. There's a time and a place for everything. It's good to get those emotions out. But like I said, I know a lot of men that work very hard to provide, and their family looks at them as like a rock. And whether real or not, whether their family expects them to be a rock or they perceive that that's their role, they just hold everything in. That's why men live a lot shorter than women. I mean, that and men do stupid things that most women don't. But, yeah, I see what he's getting here. And like I said, I grew up in a blue-collar town, so I know a lot of guys like this.
I know this life can really beat you down. You wanna scream, but you won't make a sound. Got so much weight that you've been holding, but won't show any emotion. As a man that goes unspoken, that we can't cry when life gets hard. Unconditional loves for women, children, and dogs. We know that we just have to play our parts, and don't nobody give a damn about our broken hearts. Yeah, as a man we gotta pave our way. Our only function is to work and slave. There's no respect for you if you ain't paid. You're disregarded as a human and you can't complain. And if you,
I mean, in this society, even though things have changed, it's still looked upon if you're, I mean, because even with people of this new generation, if you're a man and if you're not earning those dollars, then, I mean, to a lot of females, you're useless. I don't want a man that can't, provide. I just got to make six figures for me, minimum. I mean, that old pressure that's been around for hundreds of years is still on a lot of men, most men. I felt pressure to provide for my family. I mean, having kids and finding out I was going to be a dad was probably one of the scariest things in the world. But like I said, I've just always been someone that's super, number one, super honest to a fault. But I've been super open with my emotions. So this is not me, but I've seen it all around with my dad, uncles, brothers, friends. This is real. I mean, men swallow this and suffer in silence. Let me pull that back. I want to mention too that Dax is getting more and more into the singing, and I appreciate that. I love his rapping, but I love his singing voice also.
Disregarded as a human and you can't complain. And if you ever make it up and actually reach that place and find a woman that you love and give her your last name, you'll feel the things that you provide is only why she stays. And when you try to explain, you'll say, I can't hide myself.
So true.
I don't expect you to understand. I just hope I can explain what it's like to be a man. It's a lonely road, and they don't care about what you know.
I will say one thing. I've been over my emotions, but I'm also, I also got divorced, like inside of 10 years. So maybe that didn't sit well with my significant other, but that's just who I am. I've always been myself. I'm trying to think what he said something earlier that got me. I'm sorry for pausing so much, guys. If you want to see the whole video, it'll be down in the description below.
You know, it's not about how you feel, but what you provide inside that home. Don't give up, keep fighting. As a man, our sun is our horizon, and our father's actions play a role, and we end up like them. So they can't let us see them hurt, cause we'll embody what they do and start a generational curse. No wonder most men are so depressed, all the things that they can't express. They go to war, get thrown on the shelf, then go back to war with their mental health. Then grab that bottle and ask for help, try to pull themselves out of hell, then fall back down and then realize that they're gonna have to do it themselves. It's the circle of life. As a man, you provide. They don't know what you're worth till the day that you die, and that's when they start crying. Then move on to a man to confide in. That's why we feel we can't hide ourselves.
I know he was saying earlier that when you get with somebody, there is that pressure to provide well or do what you think that your wife, girlfriend, whatever, finds desirable about you. And you're always very, because any guy, I mean, guys will do anything to take your woman. So there is that pressure. And if something happens or you lose a step, or I know even though I'm an open person, I kind of knew that my ex like relied upon me. So I showed that emotion pretty much everyone else, but there was times where I couldn't completely fall apart because I knew she would fall apart. And like I said, then you're afraid that, you know, because every woman, no matter what, will have 5 guys. They'll be willing to pick them up in a second. And that puts a lot of pressure on their husbands or boyfriends. And so I felt that.
Then move on to a man to confide in. That's why we feel we can't hide ourselves. We don't expect you to understand. We just hope we can explain what it's like to be a man. It's a lonely road, and you don't care about what we know. It's not about how we feel, but what we provide inside that home. Inside that
It's got a little country feel. I didn't notice that till now.
It's not about how we feel, but what we provide inside that home. Inside that home.
Dax is so talented. I'm glad to see him reaching the heights that he is. I know he's got a loyal fan base. All right, that was Dax, To Be a Man. Great song. I mean, I'm definitely going to be listening to that again. Probably go into my playlist. All right, thanks for joining me again. I am Big Papa D. This is BPD Productions. Once again, If you would please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit that bell so you know when I'm releasing videos. I'm basically been releasing videos at least 3 a day, so you're going to get plenty of content from me. Until later on, peace and love.